This is Scott from Current Swell. You're listening to Six Towns Radio.
Broadcasting to Stoke-on-Trent and the world. This is Six Towns Radio.
Right, at Six Towns Radio, I've got Scott on the line from Current Swell. He's in the UK at the moment with his band supporting the Skints. How are you doing, Scott? You okay?
Oh yeah. Besides, we're on the road to Glasgow right now, so it's definitely a bigger drive out of the whole tour so far. But we're from Canada, so we're used to it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I suppose it is a bit of a trek up into Glasgow, and then you've got to come all around the UK as well. But it'd be fun exploring these new places, won't it?
Oh man, this is our first time here, and it's a very beautiful countryside you guys have here. It's stunning.
Thank you very much. You're from Canada, you just toured the US, and you've toured Australia, now the UK. So you've gone global this year, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, jet setters, as they say, flying all over the place and being pretty busy. And I think, people back home miss us a lot, being around family and stuff. We're used to being around family, so we miss our family, but we love what we do. It's been a lot of fun. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, I can imagine, because that's one of the pitfalls of being in a band. Obviously, if you get touring, you miss birthdays, you miss parties and all that, but that's one of the pitfalls. But there's so many pluses, isn't there, to that one minus?
Exactly right. Like, it's kind of heaven and hell. It's like we love to perform, and we love to travel, and we love to meet new people, but then also we love to be home where we create our music, not perform it, right? And be with our loved ones and stuff. So I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I'm very, very content with the way it's all working out for us.
You've been together about 8 years, aren't you? You're just a group of friends who make music.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, we kind of we've had a friend of ours that had to leave the band at one point because he had a kid, and we're still really good friends with him. And then we just basically got another friend to kind of join in. So it's just like recycling of friends, more or less, and we're all good pals, and it works out really well because we get along really well on the road together, and no one ever has like quarrels or anything like that. So
have you got another friend who could step up to the plate in case one of the others decides to leave?
Oh yeah, well I think because we met so many people, you never can replace that person. But I don't think it doesn't seem like that's going to happen, because I think that like we've really kind of solidified the group as it is right now, and it's really working well for us. So
fourth album out this year. It's called Long Time Ago. When does that drop?
Yeah, I think it's out now in the UK. It's funny because it's like. This is our first record label album that has a label support, and so like we released it in Canada, and then the label picked it up, and then they released it in the States, and then we toured the States, and then they released it in Australia, and then we toured Australia, and now they're releasing it here and in Europe and in Germany. And so it's been really interesting for us because it's kind of a new thing. We weren't expecting for it to unfold like this, so it's been really cool. So I think it's out now in the UK and in Europe, and if you can get it at your record stores, or you can get it online at currentswell.com and stuff like that.
Brilliant. Well, we came aware of you over here with Young and Able. It was a bit of a YouTube sensation, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it went over really well. That's kind of like the one that went a little bit viral, if you will, I guess. Went all over Brazil very heavily, and across Canada and the States, and it's one of our weller-known songs, I'd say.
It's a fantastic song. You mentioned Brazil. You've got a massive fan base in Brazil, haven't you?
Yeah, it's interesting, It's like the power of the internet, who would have thought? But it's one of those things like, we got a lot of fan mail from Brazil, and that's all fine and dandy, and then finally someone paid for us to go over there and paid us well, and so when we did, we went over there. It was just like, it was definitely it was like like oh my god moment, because we were just backstage of the show. We walked into the venue. It was a massive venue, and we're just like, all right. And we went backstage, set up, and then they opened doors, and we didn't even look or anything. And then all of a sudden, hey, you guys are on 5 minutes. And we walked upstairs, and we looked out the curtains. We're like, oh my god, it was like 3,000, 4,000 people, and they knew all the words, and we're just like, holy, this is crazy. So.
The biggest gig you've done is the Canada Day gig, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing in our hometown, Victoria. I think it was I want to say 50,000 people, 45,000 people. As far as I can see, it was just one of the. It was you almost felt like you could see yourself like from above you, like looking out. Like it was just this amazing like feeling that you're like almost floating. It's pretty surreal.
Wow. I could not imagine. I'm a DJ and I play to probably 500 people tops, so I can never imagine that.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, right? 500 people sometimes feels like 45,000 people, you know, when you got a good crowd. But yeah, it was a cool experience, and you know, it's funny because it was like pretty, not like really early in our career, but it was like, you know, a couple of years ago, and we're like, wow, we're never going to play a bigger crowd than that. So we've peaked. We might as well quit now, you know.
Well, I just want to encourage the listeners to catch you while you're in the UK this time. I'm sure you'll come back, and I would love to come down and meet you and have a bigger interview. But thanks a lot, Scott, for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and looking forward to hopefully meeting you guys and everyone in the future, and we hope to come back as we love it here.
Yeah, you enjoy it, man. You enjoy it.
Thanks so much, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you take care.